What is up, guys? Echoes here, and today I want to talk about why I'm so mad at myself. Why am I mad? Because I've waited so long to play Mario Odyssey. This game was phenomenal, and I'm shocked that I didn't play it back in 2017. I was late to this party where I bought this game pretty recently, about a few months ago, and just never played it when I started building my Nintendo Switch collection. And wow, once I got playing it, it brought me back to my childhood. It just reminds me of the days when I was playing Super Mario Sunshine back on the GameCube when I was a kid. And just seeing how creative this game is blew me out of the water. And this game is just truly beautiful on the Switch 2. And I'm so glad that the Switch 2 came out and I got this feeling to start going back to playing Switch games that I haven't gotten to yet, and created this spark of me wanting to keep playing games again, because man, this game truly brought back my childhood. And I'm really sad that some of my video files got corrupted, because I'd be showing you guys my favorite parts of this game. I was a little worried at first when I was playing the first few bosses with the rabbits for the bosses, because I felt like they were a little bit too easy. But at the end, when you kept going through it, the game, that perspective completely changed once we got to some other bosses. Like the boss at the end of the Woodlands world with the little flower flying saucer boss. That was the first boss where I was like, this is truly creative. This is amazing. And just how creative this team was to create the Cappy system, where you're taking over enemies and they each have their own little function of what they can do, was so much fun to understand. Like, okay, what does this one do? Which one can I take over? How do I solve this puzzle to get this moon? It really wanted me to explore and figure out the world in that way, where growing up, I never completed really any of the 3D Mario games, like where I really wanted to get to it. I would be one of those kids that would just restart the game over and over again, because I would be like, oh, what do I do? But this game was the first game that truly got me to want to keep exploring the world. And I'm one of those people that doesn't like open world games, where this one isn't really open world, where it's just like you have little areas to explore. And I do not like exploring in games. I'm a linear guy where I just want to play a good story and see where things go. But this is one of the first games that really got me wondering, where are all of the moons in this world? And one of the things that it does really well too is how they introduce Bowser. In at the beginning of this game, Bowser's actually fighting Mario and is showing to be an actual threat to Mario, instead of the generic, oh, Mario's having a good time laying out on the grass having fun, or spending time with Peach, with Luigi and Daisy, kind of like how the new Mario Bros series was. I like how they started out with a conflict. It just jumped right into it and you understood the stakes, and I just loved that direction. Now, this game actually got me excited for the new Donkey Kong Bonanza game. I was not excited for Donkey Kong Bonanza until I played this game, because let's be real, after seeing that Nintendo Direct, it's the same team. And after that Direct got me super excited for it, because now I understand what's going to be great about that game, looking for the bananas, is from this game. This game kind of has that same feeling where you're going to be searching for moons or those bananas, and I just hope it's just like this creativity. Every world was truly incredible. And with this Switch 2 game being a free visual upgrade, with 4K and updated visuals, highly recommend jumping back into it, because this game looks absolutely phenomenal. Even when Mario is swimming around and he's jumping out of a pool of water, the textures and how he's wet and the water is glistening off of him just looks absolutely stunning in 4K. It's just phenomenal. And this game really brought me back to my childhood, where I thought I was more of a grudged gamer, where I grew up playing Halo, Gears of War, the Uncharted series, like fun story shooters, or high intense multiplayer shooters. This game brought me back to my roots where I'm like, I want to continue to play Nintendo games and see where things are and see how they turn out, because after this special gem that can find them in this kind of scenario. Now, this also got me on the hype train for the new 3D Mario. What's going to come next? Because let's be real, the Switch 2 has a 3D Mario coming out. We all know it. It's their big franchise that they want to bring out, and I think it would be crazy if they didn't have a 3D Mario in the works just like this one. I just keep thinking, what can they do to top this one? Are they going to go more into the Cappy system where you can like Super Mario Odyssey 2 and have just new worlds and be creative, or do something completely different like they normally do, where the only real sequel we've gotten is to the Galaxy series with Galaxy 2, and that game also did stunningly well. I'm still shocked that they haven't brought that over to the Switch 2 after having the 3D All-Stars collection. Such a missed opportunity. I feel like if they sold that game on a standalone, would make a ton of money. Even with like 3D All-Stars, just have it separate. It'd like sell it for maybe like $40 like Metroid Prime Remastered did. I feel like that thing would sell like hotcakes. I highly recommend giving this game a shot if you haven't played it before. Even if you just got a Switch 2, definitely would recommend doing it. A lot of cool worlds to explore, and each world has its own kind of biome. Like there is one biome that was really cool where it's like a whole water beachy area, and they introduce like this squid that you have to like take down because he's blocking like the sparkling water. And that boss fight was super creative, where I didn't really think anything of it, where I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? And then once I clicked what I needed to do, it was just fun. I didn't really have any real difficulty with this game, other than my own stupidity, where I thought I had to make a really cool jump with Mario, when in reality I had to just figure out what enemy to take over. And that's when the game kind of clicked for me. Didn't really have too much of difficulty playing through it. It's just a fun, good time. And that's what this game brought to me when I really needed it. Just to have fun and enjoy being a kid again. So that's just what I wanted to talk about today with Mario Odyssey. Highly recommend it once again. And I thank you guys for watching this video, and subscribe if you liked the content. And I hope you guys have a good morning or evening.